That's why, if you think about it, he was able to defy things that we claim are impossible. He did God stuff.
Amen. 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 Come on now.
You wouldn't think about striking out to put your foot on a sea and the wind was boisterous and contrary, and you wouldn't dare.
Right.
How is the sea supposed to hold you? You gonna sink. He did God stuff. It says it was made by him. He defied certain rules. Jesus can open a blinded eye. How? He made us. Deaf ears. He made us. Lame walk. He made us. Isn't that something? The world was made by him. I laughed at the other a man that said that Jesus did the largest fish fry.
All right.
So, and he made the stretch. but he was the true light. He said he did God-like stuff. The world was made by him, and the world didn't know it. This is like when he came, and it says he came to his own, so they didn't know him. Matthew chapter 13, it's verses 53 through 57. Jesus comes to individuals in his own country, in his hometown. They're looking at him, and instead of saying, this is the Lord and the God and the Son of God, instead of saying, this is the Messiah that should come, they said, isn't this Joseph's son?
Right.
That's the carpenter's son, right?
Right.
They were offended by the fact that this carpenter's son, this humble young man, will now come up and talk to us about scriptural things. Who is this? Right. In other words, who do you think you are? So with all Jesus said and did in his own hometown, they tried to minimize Jesus like he was a commoner. He came that way, but there was nothing common about the Lord.
Amen.
He shared common ground with us because he came as a man. He was born. So he came to his own, and his own received him not.
Right.
But there's a but. In verse 12, it says, but as many as received him. Receiving him deals with what an individual has laid hold on. What an individual are they involved in the experience? What they took in. What they allowed in one's house.
Right.
In recognizing the other's authority. As many as received him. So there are some folk who weren't going to accept it. As many as received him, to them gave he power. And it's the power to become. When we talk about power is called, is the divine power. According to 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3, according to his divine power hath given unto us all things which pertaineth unto life and godliness through the knowledge of him that has called us. So he has divine power, and it's been given to us if we would only receive it. This power is the sense, it's in the sense of ability, of privilege, of force, of capacity, of liberty, competency, freedom. And it's delegated influence, it's authority. It has to be coming from he that God sent. This right, this strength, according to 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath given us the spirit of fear,
All right.
but of power,
Mm-hmm.
love,
Love.
and a sound mind. This power is not an overnight thing. You have to receive it.
Amen.
Rightfully so, you have to receive him. It depends on how you receive him, how the power comes. If you don't have him in your memory, if you don't acknowledge his authority, what does Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5 says? It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto your own understanding.
Amen.
In all your ways, you have to acknowledge him,
Amen.
and he will direct your path. Permissive. God has to give you permission. You remember being young and you wanted to go play, but you had your mother or your father, your parents' hand. You had to ask before you were able to run off. I can't seek my understanding. I can see a lot of things over there I might want. It's true right now as we are adults. You might see a lot of things you might want. They might look good to you. They can look good to you all day long. But if God doesn't think they're good for you, you won't get them.
Amen. Amen.
Just like a parent looks after the child's well-being, he's doing the same for us.
Amen.
As many as receive him, he gave the power to become the sons of God. You know that we are all children of God by faith in Jesus Christ. Galatians chapter 3, verse 26. And too many times what we've done is we don't receive him so that we can have power to change. That's becoming. As many as receive him, all that means is that you've taken on his authority. I need a few scriptures, gentlemen, if you could help me out.
All right.
Romans chapter 8, verses 14 through 17. And I want 1 John. Yeah, that'll work. 1 John chapter 3, verses 1, 2, and 3. Romans chapter 8, verses 14 through 17, and 1 John chapter 3, verses 1, 2, and 3. We'll do it like that. You see, if you receive him right, you get a hold of the things that God has for us. All right? Y'all ready?
All right.
Which one you reading first?
Romans 8.
Romans 8, okay, 14 through 17. Come on.
All right. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God.
For as many as are led by the Spirit of God.
They are the sons of God.
So if I'm led by his Spirit, I'll be a son of God. Keep going.
For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear.
Imagine this one. You were in bondage before. Sin kept us in bondage. You have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear.
But ye have received the spirit.
There's a
of
difference in
adoption,
the but.
where
You have received the spirit of adoption. We have been adopted into the family of God.